Me coming up here live. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm going to try and set up my camera properly. Just give me a minute. See if I can set this up properly. Whoa. Will it fall on this? Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm getting ready. So, I think I brought my shirt in with me. This is not good. You're going to have to give me a minute. I brought my shirt in with me. Ozzy. Ozzy, come here. Okay, be there in a second. How is everybody? How are you guys, eh? How are these souls, right? For those who were here in the last video, I'll be with you in a minute. Let me see what this chat is. Just give me a minute. No one's here. Let me just draw this up. Okay, I'm doing a live right now, 3rd minute. I'm waiting another minute and a half. And why I'm not speaking is I'm trying to find my video here myself on my own page. Oh, here's my live, okay. Right, is that a question from my last video? Or I don't know if this is this video or the last video. It says live, Mr. Tacpans. September homeschooled. No, it's not that one. It's not that one. Here, live. Okay, I got it. Won't let me in. Save the playlist. Okay. Okay, it won't let me in, so I'm gonna share it with myself. Copy link. I'm going to put it down here. Let's share it. And then go and take a look. And I am there. Okay, great. Take a look. And I am there. Okay, great. You know what I don't understand is how do I? You know what I don't understand? How is my camera picking this up? How is my camera picking this up? Like down, like my finger. Like hold on a second. My finger is right here. How is my camera that is up here? See my finger all the way right here. And when I put my finger straight, you see my finger straight. So that's really weird. Isn't that? Can somebody? Hold on. You hearing that? You hearing that? I'm going to shut it off. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to let you look at the yard for a second. I need 30 seconds to prepare this little stand here that I made. Right? This little stand. Can't see me now. And then when I turn it, right, I now see, you block me and I turn it, right? So if the ace was here, right, if the ace was here, where would be the ace? Like up there, right? So that eye over here, is that where you see me? And the rest of my body is somewhere else. Just when I do that, you can see the left side and the right side, right? And now the ace is basically pointing that way. So just give me 1 second over here on the table. You know, just give me 1 second on the table. I'm going to get back to what I was talking about in the last video. I just have to take out my power cable from my pocket. And then take out my other power cable from my pocket. And then take out, I think I'm done. Okay, I'm back. Please go ahead. Ask me to do something that I possibly, hopefully can do for you. Not only for you, what I do for you, I do for me. If I didn't care about anybody else knowing what I know, the anomalies, what I find, and I wouldn't do any of these videos, I just write it in a book. But I find that when I can see myself, right, I can judge whether it makes any sense when I come back and look at it. And then therefore, hey, why don't you let everybody take a look at it and tell them, does it make sense? Look at the way the book becomes divided, right? The rotation, both sides of the book, all the way up. Do you know that this coil is like 3 or 4 pages long if I pulled it straight? So imagine if I was going around like that for 1 page. Would that take 4 years to complete? What would be going on as I go into each world, right? Over time. What am I doing with this coil? Am I going here? Am I going there? Am I going here? I'm going there. I'm going round and round and round. Every time you come to the edge, what happens? You get off the boat. Look at that passage in between. See, I have 2 pages, and then this coil is a patch. And where the coil, right, overlaps part of the page and pulls it together. I don't know what they're trying to tell me in that, but I know they're always telling you something. You're asking, you're responding, you're telling yourself a story, you sound crazy, but we talk to ourselves all day long, even in our silence. Our heart beats. But I say, doctor, I haven't said anything to my heart, but I can hear it beating. It's beating at 72 beats per minute. Well, hold on a second. Does my stop have a watch? Does my clock have a watch? Does my heart have a watch? Who's watching my heart? How does my heart know that it's beating in between here and here? And then I can measure it with a stopwatch for something that is relevant to us, that when we see it irregular, based on what we created, right? The tool to understand the heartbeat. Oh, look, 72. You know what I like about 72? That's, I'm not sure if I have this right, but it's 9 liters or 9 something. It's 9 something. Maybe it's 9 cups. I think it's 9 cups. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, going to Victoria's Secret, you know, I'm talking about 9 cups. So we have 72 something that gives me 9 cups. So I need 8 times 72 to create what is 9. So I need, what is that 8 times 72? So that 72, okay, if I remember 72 something equals 9 cups. Let me look this up. Easier to know the words. 72 something equals to 9 cups. 72 ounces. O-U-N-C-E, ounce. And then I'll add the S after. Do you know when you reduce letters to a single digit, the S only reduces to number 10, right? The S only reduces to number 10. So what happens when you do an alphabet reduction, which starts off at 351, what's going to happen is you're going to go A through I, right, equaling to 45, and then you're going to go J, okay, through R, right, equaling to 45, and you're going to go S, okay, all the way to Z, which is 8 numbers. Let's only count. Now, when we count them, it's really weird. Okay, I'm going to show you why. When we count Z and Y, etc., we count 36. We count 45 as well. We count 45 as well because inside the S, you're carrying 10. Although S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z is 8 letters, right? We carry the S with it, which is the only letter when reduced to one time, when reduced not to the single digit, but reduced once, because the letters can be reduced twice. So when we reduce that, we have 345 equals 135, but the average, right, in the 8th house, the average in the 8th house is going to equal 8 times 4, 8 times 5, 8 times 5.5. Okay, 8 times 5.5, while the other ones are 9 times 5, equaling to 45. Not the same thing. But I will say this, okay, that when you're counting also in numbers and you're into the game of roulette, the J is the 10th letter. Now you might think this is irrelevant, but I have to do it for myself anyways, and the one person that might be interested, that might be able to show this a different way, right? The J is a black one. The S is red, the S is red, the A is red. Why is it showing me that the J has to say black, right? But will the J get reduced to 1 or not? The J combination, right? And it was 72 ounces to 9 cups, right? So that's 8 ounces is a cup. But 72, hold on a second, I have to do this other. 9 cups are 74 fluid ounces. See, now it's telling me, check this out. It's greater than that because 74 fluid ounces equals to what? 9.25. Just let me set this up again. Hold on a second. Just let me set this up again. So I'm just going to see if you can see what I'm saying. I just like to talk to you face to face, right? So in here, it is greater 9 cups or 74 fluid ounces. Is 74 fluid ounce less or more than equal to 8 cups? How much is 9 cups of water in a bottle? 1 bottle equals 9 cups. How much is 72 ounces of water? 9 cups. 9 cups of water. How many ounces are in 9 cups? 72 fluid ounces. So F and L comes into that. F and L happens to be 12 and 6. It's the core of Rubik's Cube. 88 or 11 times 8 equals 88. So if you're running at 11 cups, right? And we have to look at 18 cups. And one of the reasons is because when you play golf, right, and you get it into the hole, they call it sometimes the cup. But I just want to add that in just for memory. Hope. I don't know why I wrote the word hope down. I have to think where else I was going with this. Yes, where you have 6, right? You have 6 feet, okay, is 72 inches. Now, there was also one other thing. You have 720 minutes in a half day. How do you say win, place, or show, right? So why is it that you place a bet You win the bet, but you place the bet. Is it telling you that your money is second to the win, what the result is? What you put on the line to the real? I'm just asking you that question. The word money is 72. The word bet, okay, BET is 27, right? 3 by 9 or 8 by 9. 3 by 9 equals to 27, 8 by 9 equals to 72. We have to understand all the mathematics that go along and where we find these numbers. The 7 feet, right? 26, 36, the word feet equals to 36. So the 36 number is what creates the 27th number, the house of Bates. The word feet come into it, which means 2, right? 1 foot, 2 foot, right? 2 foot, 24 inches. 24 inches. The 24 inches, 2 foot, which is 18. And 18 to equal what is 36. 36 is what is noted to be a circle. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Good. Be quiet. Please be quiet. Please be quiet. Good boy. So, I'm not sure if you can see it this way, right? Oh my God, something's spilling on the table. What is it? Oh, it's the bottle of water. That's too funny. Okay, I'm going to show you this from below. Let me just take this over here. Just 1 second. I lost my camera. Okay. Not much participation here, right? Not much participation, but that's okay. Because the matrix is going to keep swallowing me up and swallowing me up, but eventually it has to spit me out. You're not allowed to swallow the truth. You cannot swallow the truth. You cannot swallow the truth. Have you ever heard that before? You cannot handle the truth. You can't swallow it. What is it to handle it? Why swallow? Why is not a swallow a bird? Why is it that the stork comes on one leg, puts its head into the sand and delivers the child? You have to understand the relationship with the stork. Or how about spell stork out? S-T-O-R-K, 39, 32, 72, 82, 83. So as stork is monkey. 29, 39, 49, 59, 64, 74, 83. As like monkey. Rubik's Cube is the same numeric value, okay, which comes from, which comes from the numbers 2 and 6 or 6 and 2. You can use it 62 or 26, game, card, queen. What's going to happen is 6 times 2, 6 plus 2 is 8 and 12. What is 8 and 12? What is, I'm just trying to think of this other number. What is 7 and 12? Yes, 7 and 12 and 8 and 12. Okay, 7 and 12 is derived from the numbers 3 and 4. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4. 2 and 6 is derived from, 2 and 6 will create what is 8 and 12. What I'm trying to do here is show the difference because of the story it tells, right? So let me show you this little story that it's telling me. I think that's a little high. I want to make it go lower than that. Can I make it go lower so I can see it? Like, I'd like it to be like this low, my camera. So anyways, I can see it over here that I'm okay. You see? I want to take this away, right? I have to put another cushion under my ass. So I don't like that I just have to move this, right? Okay. So what we have over here is we have all these numbers and we have the reasons and we have like the 2 feet on the bottom of our feet and the foot equals to 36, right? And we have 2 feet. So right away, it's going to be split up to 18 and 18. And we know, right, that the circle is 180 degrees here and here. Right? What area is over here? Right? What area is here? It's the 18th and the 19th and the 19th and the 18th. Does the 18 split itself up at 18.5 and join in both sides? Right over here. That's your 37. That's where it joins. Oh, that was crazy. I'm hearing all kinds of noises over here. It's really like spooking me a bit. Yeah, I'm just looking to see. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, did that. So let me see if I can put this on top of the corner. It's a little windy out here. Right. Where are we? Yeah, so over here when stork comes in, right? First, last, these 2 letters over here. 1 and 2 come over here just like alpha, beta, right? This is in the second system where everything gets reduced twice, right? This is 19 becomes 10 becomes 1. The K and the R equals to 29. 2 times 9, 18. 2 plus 9 equals RK. 2 and 9, okay, equals to 18 and 11 equals to 29. That 29th day, okay, is very important. On the 29th day, from the 29th day of February, right? What's going to happen over here? I didn't finish with the 6s yet, and I got the 29. Maybe I should finish with what's going on with the 6s, what's going on with the ounces and the cups, and what the relationship is between 2 and 7. 2 and 7 are a few things. Number 1, they are your base creation of what is 36. 3 times 6 is 18, and 9 equals to what is 27. So you want to count it as 189, 18 and 9. R and I are the reverse alphabet, right? If R and I is in the reverse of the alphabet, we're going to count I through R, start at J, okay, and end at Q. 10 through 17 is also the reverse alphabet, and 1 fits inside of 8. 1 fits inside of 8, and 9 is all. The reason for this, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 18 is half the board. 9 is half of the lower part of the board. 9 over here. When you count the center of this, just hold on a second. I'm a little, yes. Just 1 second again. Yes, we have to connect, right? We have to connect our first 1 with 8. And then we're going to connect 2 with 7. And then we're going to connect 3 with 6. And then we're going to connect 4 with 5. This is that connection. What is that connection? That connections are all your 9s coming together. All your 9s coming together right over here. And it's inside of 9, 9, and 9. 27, 27, 27, right? And then 13.5 in the heart of this. 13.5 is what separates this alphabet. So we did the stork thing also. I explained the R and K coming together, right? 2 times 9, 2 plus 9. We ended up with this. The R and K could be the king, right? The king. This is your creation. And this is your creation into the gate. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 is that 7 and 8. And we spoke about that 7 and 8 right over here. Right? This brings me on the moon. And this one, I'm never really sure which way to go with this. It says God. It says game. It says The queen is number 62. The edges of Rubik's Cube and the surrounding of Rubik's Cube have 20 numbers. This tells me about the moons of Mars and Earth, the red and the blue, the hot and the cold, the purple world, right? 3 times 19 equals to 57. The reverse alphabet of 57 is 51, which is Mars 51. Electric Company, 11 craps, 35. 33 in rotation of 69 to Sun. 13, again, in rotation of the 3 years and the 1 year and the 1 year and the 3 years, or 31, 13, 31. And 31, 13, 31, 57, 75. Both 3 quarters in their own domain. Running off the clock, this will be 57 of 60, right? In this one over here, right? 3 times this is this, 3 times this is this. They become whole to these numbers. I don't think I was saying it properly before. So now if you want to look at this as 75%, and we want to look at this as its reverse, right? The center reverse to this is 66, just to let you know. Okay? So the center to these two, so these are 9 off 66, so there's 8 and 8 and 1, right? We take off 8, gives me 60, it's 8, 67, 68, 9, 70. Yeah, I didn't want to touch, it's in between. There's 8 in between, 8 in between, 8 and 1, 8 and 1. Because the heart area of 66, right, will take up of what 65 and what 67 is. I'm not sure if I want to do it that way. I'm going to explain to you why. It's because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The number 66, right, will end up over here. The number 66 goes over here, right? The number 67 goes over here. And the number 65 goes over here. So the connecting numbers for these numbers, right, is 3 and 7, 2 and 8, 4 and 6. And this is how this will connect. This is how these numbers will connect. When they're converted, right, over to the beast system or the mirror worlds, what we're going to get in these positions is we're going to get 62, 66, 74, 86, and that'll be 222, and this will be 82, and that'll be 222, and then this one over here will be 70, 74, 78, and that'll be 222, and it'll convert into this star in the beast system. So you can see there's one split on this angle, right? But this one is the Mars split. And the reason for that is this line, okay, over here, when I create the center, it'll show 4. Unlike that when I create the Earth mark, right, when I create the Earth mark, I can't draw this line. I can do this. I can also do this, 11, 11, right? But I can't do that. And if I did do it, I'd be doing 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So this core area, now if we had to count this at 360 degrees, then this core area, and there are 8, will be counted at 45 degrees missing here. So we're going to miss 45 degrees here. So does this only 145 degrees and this is another 45 degrees? Right over here, do we count them both? Or do we count one at a time? So that would mean I'd have 45 encompassed by 45, 45. I'd have 45 encompassed by 45, 45. 45 encompassed by 4, and etc. like that. Or I would split it like this, and I would count this area, right, as 90, 90, and then this area as 90, 90. Unless I split it this way, and look at this as the Y letter. And note that my 360 only runs on one side of this. I know it. Let me do it again. Right? that my 360 runs on this side over here. Now my next question is, right, is this a hyperdimensional where it bends in, you know, and I get just three pieces out of, and it's more like a triangle and you have three sides to it? So anyways, I'm a little messy on that. It's not a perfect science. I'm not really sure. I did show you all about this. I'm going to bring you to number 29 now. We saw this, sorry. Yeah, I wanted to mention here, what happens is you in order to have the top side and the bottom side, we need to take the heart with us, right? So we need to start at the lower side, let's say, will be at 17, right? And the higher side will be at 19. 19 and 17, 17 and 19. Note that Mars is going to fit with 17, and I think the word stick is going to be 62, right? Hockey. I'm just going to go out on the limb and say hockey is number 63, right? 63, hockey, blue, ice, rotation of 3. But hockey is on ice, so is Pluto. Mars has a connection to that. But Earth has the connection in this number because of the 3 periods in hockey, so I need to understand. So sometimes I get a little conflict. Also to note that 3, 4, 5, and 6, which spell love, right, are their reverse alphabet of their own. 3, 6, 4, 5 reverts to 6, 5, 4, 3. 7, 11, if you want to look at it that way, right? That's when you crisscross them together. So let me see where I am now. Just want to go back a little bit. I want to take a little sip of my tea. Give me a minute. Yeah, I wanted to transfer this beast system. If you know Saturn's square, right, this is not it. But this is another numeric value that comes off the Mars window configuration, which is this. So the configuration is 4, 12, 20, 28. Notice it goes by 8, but starts by 4. Well, what it is when I put a ring around this, the ring around this, right? Whoop, sorry about that. Made a little mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? There's 7 and 5. There's 12 here. Now, I could have did this. I could have counted this all the way to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So this will go 6 and 6, right, around it. So this one will own one corner and not one corner. And in this one, you end up with this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then over here, right? Let me see where it is. Okay, that's right. So the next one, hold on a second. Yes, so the next one is like this. So let me, where's my color? Where's my color? Did I get this right? Did I get that right? Oh, I went up, I think, too high, right? I went up too high. Yeah, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's 6, right? And then this one, okay, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoop, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6. Now, if you take a look, I only put one stem here and one, right? Sorry, 2 stems here and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 2. Over here, it's 4 by 2 the other way. It creates both L and L, circumferencing this. When I do the Earth one, I know it's a little slow because I don't always remember my work, right? When I do the Earth one, which is here, right, we end up with this over here, which looks like the 6 and the 9, right? What does this one look like with this marking here and this marking here, right? What does that look like? What does that look like? See this part over here I'm looking at, and this part here? You either have here and here, or you have here and here. So if I was to create a letter out of this, one side would be higher than the other. Just trying to figure out what it says. But besides that, this will be L. In this one over here, right, you have 4 and 4, but you have it as 1 and 3. So you're showing that Earth rotation because this one goes with Earth. Level 2, okay, level 2 of this one is 12. Level 2 of this one is 8. I don't even like what I did here, so I should just do that again to explain it. You still with me? Anybody still with me? You have any questions? You want to know anything I'm doing? I am not in order. I'm very much sometimes to be out of order. I'm very much out of order in my explanations. I jump all around. I know that. I leave my personal information on the table, irrelevant to the fact. Too late. It's yesterday's news. Should I make it easier on them? Are we really making it easier on them? Once the card is full, you're put aside in your dossier only to be used in the future. And your end dossier is a write-off, right? It's when you pass on. So I'm going to tell you what I do. And here's a cup. I understood that a cup was a chalice. Now, could be wrong. Now, what happens is we're going to make 2 cuts in this cup. I'm going to get back to number 29 after. I'm going to make 2 cuts in this cup. By making that, I take out, all I want is this center over here. This center is the center that'll join this side with this side. I'm going to operate this center over here. I'm either going to operate it there or there. Whoop, yeah, there or there. Which one am I going to operate? Now, when you take out the dice cube, you'll start to see there's cubes this way and this way. You'll look at me and I'll look at you, and you'll go 5 and I'll go 2. And although you see the dots, when you see the numbers, you start to get confused. But when I look at the dice, I don't look at what's on the top of the dice. I look at what's on the side of the dice, so I know what angle it's on. You notice I can't do that actually good. It breaks my backbone. I can do this and this. So I can do this with this wing over here, right? And then when it comes to the other arm, this arm here, right? Like if I did that, right? So this one is going up this way, or are they both going the same way? See, they're both going the same way, but this arm is down and this arm is up. So when the left arm goes up, the left elbow goes down, right? And then the right elbow comes up. So what we're doing is we're understanding configuration from this side and from this side, from somebody looking at me, from me looking at somebody, from somebody looking behind me, from somebody looking in front of me, what y'all see. That is the truth. That is the absolute truth. And in that truth, from what you see, and if everybody in the room says, his elbow's going down, his elbow's going down, that's the truth. And the story in that of what's at the end of my elbow on the top part is my hand going up. And when I take out the dice cube, believe it or not, I don't have one with me right now, right? You can see it. And what's going up? 5. We always seem to be talking about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And it's one arm, so you're talking about 5 and 1. Now when you turn Rubik's Cube, or the heart of a cube, or when you throw a cube on the table, there will always be one side that you cannot see. If you want to call it the as, that is fine. In French, they say as for ace. If you say as and it's understood, you might spell it ASS. SS on square paper look like 5 and 5. The A is what divides 5 and 5, the 2 hearts. The other thing about this is the as equals to 39, which speaks about angels. The difference between any other letter, is there any other letter that goes with AS, right? As, when it's one letter, you have mass with ass. So the ass, when it gets an M adding on to its tail, you now have mass, okay, which is 52. What other words can we use? You have, I think, not B, C, D, E, F, G. No, I don't see it. All I keep seeing is other words with ST. So forget about that little piece right there. So we should move on to number 92. And it's ironic that not only that, I'm going to just show you, we're going to speak about 92, talk about spirit. We're going to talk about the moon, connecting the man on the moon to the menstrual cycle, and everything to do with 91 and 92, so you can see what's going on between these two numbers. I can tell you in general, okay, that there's a spirit connection when you get to the number anything to do with 2 and 9. I already know, like I explained on the outside of this cup where the chalice is, when you look at it, you'll be going down. What the design will be is you'll be going down, up, under the cup, and to the top of the cup. So it'll sort of look like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll go down over here. It'll be empty. It'll be an empty soul. It'll be just a hole. So in it, you put the spirit, the water, inside the cup. When you put the spirit in the cup, when you cross the lake, it crosses from one side to the other side, riding on the spirit. When you do that ride, okay, my question is, riding on that spirit across the lake could remind me of the Chinese zodiac signs when the rat was there first, showing me that one fits within the rat planet, which is Saturn, the rat sun, Ratzinger. When you cross over from one side of the house to the other side of the house using the river. Are you going down the river, up the river, crossing the river? Is it a lake? Okay, so we just cross over here. So it shows me 3, which tells me about Taurus. And then it tells me about the ox. And when it tells me about the ox and it tells me about Taurus, and I know the bottom part is also the house. But if it was on a candle, like if it was a candle thing, it'd be telling me a different story. Right? What's holding up, right? What holds up the candle in the center. And then there's the base. And that base would be the bait on the inside, and the balance would be, let's call it the Lord. So now what happens is that everything is representing the ox, representing Taurus. Both of them represent not only 2, but they represent 3 at the same time, because within 2 is 1. The Chinese zodiac signs, you have the rat and you have the ox coming first. They're both numeric value number 39, and that's 3 13s. And the 13s are the cycle we run by, the 1331. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. I'm going to just write that down. 1 times 6 equals 6. 1 plus 6 equals 7. 7 plus 6 equals to 13. Okay, minus 6 equals to 0, 1. It's the greatest spread. Now, when you want to do it to 31, it'd be 31. Oh my God! Yes, 3 and 7. 3 times 7 equals to 21, and 3 plus 7 equals to 10, and 21 equals to 31. What is the question about number 11? Is it? There's many things. First of all, let me just look at my thing. Do you have anything in specific what you want to know about number 11? Right? Because there's a whole bunch of stuff. Just like colors. I mean, if I show you red, you would say, oh yeah, I played pool in the red ball. If you play darts, the red is in the center. If you go to the horses, the red is on number 1. You know, what is number 11? If you're playing darts, what's the opposite of number 11? The alphabet. The 11th letter is K, so 11K means thousands. And when you say thousands, you're talking about the letter M, which is the 13th letter. The K and the M connect together. Okay, I'm going to just tell you a little bit more. So that I lost my page here. Okay, yeah. Well, I cannot tell you what is good to expect. That's more for the analytics. I can tell you which combinations and what they more or less mean. Okay, so we're going to have, let me just put this up here and show you a bunch of things about number 11, right? Let me see if I'm up here somewhere. Right, that's 6 and 2. Over here, 1 and 5, 6. This one's the 11. What's happening is it keeps repeating. Now, what is it about 71? Well, when it's 71 minutes, it becomes 111. When it becomes 222, it becomes 71, 71. When it becomes 333, it becomes 71, 71, 71, or it becomes a rotation. This is in the lower house. This is in all the houses. Sorry, this is in the center house. This is in the upper house, right? And then when we move to the next house, right, the other side of 33 is 44. And we're going to go 71 again. And then what we're going to get is we're going to get this one over here, number 14, and that'll be 4, 4, 4. What does this mean? This means when you add 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 4. 7, 7, 7, 7, 28. 28 days to the cycle, right? 4 sevens is 28. The cycle of the 28 days, the mirror cycle, A, B, C, D, or how about A, B, B, A, right? Where A goes into D and A goes back to A. It's just a different side of the system. They're telling you where you are. You've completed the system. Right over here completes the system. This doubles into here, and this goes into here, creating this over here. It's A, B, C, D. It's A, B, C to what is B, C, D. In one system, you don't possess the A. In the other system, you don't possess the D, and the BC comes together. It's split. Now, if you want to see the complete system, it's ABD equaling to what is 7, and ACD equaling to 8. And then you have 10, 6, 9, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the system you live. You live in the base system here of 10, right? You live in your base system at 10. And then from that, all this comes out. So is it all this that reduced down to this over here? Right? You would have 6 and 9, 15, and 7 and 8, 15. So you'd have 15 and 15, and then here. So your base of your creation is A, B, C, D. And then here are your two base houses, 7 and 8 and 3 and this. This is your 17Q or 1771 passageway to your, I like to call it your 33 rotation in the sun. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 is 6 and 9. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7 and 8. To note that when you played the game of tennis, the game of sin, right? It ends with 1 and 5. This is a plural, right? And it's talking about E-N-E-I. Forget about the first two. Here's your E-T. This means DNA. Here's your connection cycle in the moon. So we got 28, 56, 66, 76, and 5. We have 81. Tennis is Venus. Venus trapped us in the cat house. You play tennis, you get 15, 15, and then you get 10, and then you get game. Add 1, add 2. Why? Why add 1, add 2? Because your base creation, okay, is here's your add 1, and then you add 2. When you get the house surrounding Aleph, right? You've surrounded. I am the only one. Make no others like me. You can have this with Aleph in the center. You can have this with Aleph in the center. You can have this with Aleph in the center, and you can have it this way also, with Aleph in the center, because there is no other. It's 1, and then it's 4 times 2 of everything else. 4 times 2 of everything else, and Noah brought everybody into the boat 2 by 2. And at the same time, 3, 6, 4, 5, or the word love. is 3, 6, 4, 5. Or how about 7, 11 in love? Now you want to know a little bit more about 11? Are you still here? I do nothing for nothing, and I do it and I repeat. And if you're not here, you're not here. It'll be for somebody else or just for me to find something new. Yes, sometimes I do get frustrated. So 11 is 2, 9, 3, 8, 5, 6, and 4, 7. Let's do it again. Let me show you. Let me read what's on here. Okay. So here's where 11 is. Look, let me see if I got this on here. 4 and 7, 11. 2 and 9, 11. 3 and 8, 11. 5 and 6, 11. It's amazing. It drew a Roman numeral 9. Now let me show you 9. And by the way, 11 equals to 63. 42 and 21 equals 63. 3 cubes. 3 cubes, 21 for each cube to equal to this. But the thing is, there's 21 dots on the cube, and it's 28 days to the moon cycle. 28, 56, 84. It just so happens that 84 divides into 21 4 times. So what you would end up getting over here is you would have 4 cubes to 3 cycle moons. Everything is 3 and 4 opposite of each other, right? 3 and 4 is the heart of the 5-5 passage. The 5-5 passage, right, equals to 11 because there's 2 5-5 passages. So what you have over here is 1 and 8, 9. You have 2 and 7, 9. You have 4 and 5, the sun system, 9. You have 3 and 6, right, the creation of that IR gateway, 9. So if you noticed, okay, we create over here a Roman numeral for the number 9. The 9 creates 11, the 11 creates 9. They come over each other. This one will connect over here. Let me do that like that, right? I'm just trying to see it. So that one connects there. And just give me 1 second. Okay, I did this for a second. 7 and 4 connected here straight. Oh, yes, and 3 and 6 connects here straight, right? This is what happens between the two. See this triangle here, right? And then this one over here, and then this one does the same thing over here the other way. They mirror each other, but one is above, one is below. Now I'm going to create the artwork through this. I don't know what I should be doing yet, but I will tell you that 9 equals to the number 42. 11 equals to 63. They're a derivative of 21, 42, 63. Our system cycle runs at 63. It's the passageway at 66, which equates to the year 2029 or 1929, but it's 2029 in this perspective. So what we're going to do is we're going to look up Ace of Spades number 92. Consolidated Dougherty started printing B's in 1892, which explains that mysterious 92 on the Ace of Spades. USPC acquired the company. Look, USPC. Remember that name, right? Soon after they've been printed. The B Club special, take a closer look. Right? Notice the red and the yellow that's inside of there. And here's the B detail 8. Let me see what's going to happen. Not here. Let me go back up and get something that looks a little bit. Oh, there it is, right? Here it is. You can see it. The beehive on number 92. That number also converges to a new number. Also to note, look the way they create the ace here. Okay, so we also have to understand that B equals to 12. And you see the 13? You see the 13 in there? See number 13? Right? 1355 or 1355. Number 59 is the joker. You know, if you held your cards this way, you wouldn't see that corner, right? Right? You don't see that corner. See this way to that way. So when you're holding your dice, right? You're holding it this way or this way. Let me see. Yeah, you're holding it this way, or this way. You're going to tell you two different scenarios, right? with the dice cube. So the other thing is, show me all the sides of a dice cube. So when you're taking a look at the dice cube, right? Let's just want to make sure there's no, right? So you can see the 7, then over here you can see 12, then over here you can see 11. You see the 6, 3, 2, 11? So you automatically know when you have 6, 3, 2, 11, what you're going to have is you're going to have the 1, 4, 5 equaling to 10. This is your perfect split of the cube, right? This is your let me see it again. Is this your split of the cube? No, that's not your perfect split of the cube. What is that doing? What is that doing? What is that missing? What is that telling me? What is that telling me? In one cube, we're living between the 3, 2. In the other cube, we're living between the 4, 5. Is it telling me that I'm living this 3 here, and then over here I have 4, 5 missing? And then over here I have 2, 3 missing? 9 and 5, right, missing? Now if you take the cube, right, and you want to look for 9 and 5, let me see if we can do this. Right here, yeah. See that? These 7s are all the opposite, right? So here's my 9, okay? And here's my 5. Here's my 9. Here's my 5. Here's my 7. Each one of these, okay, are going to go on the outside of this. There are none that go on the outside of this. I'm going to get back to explaining that. I don't know who showed up late. I don't know who's still here. So what happens, we're going to go back to 11. So when we go back to 11, right, did you see this dice over here, right? How can they show that when the dice cube should be looking like that, right? Because the reality of this dice cube is like your calculator, right? Let me do this. Rubik's Cube. So when you look at Rubik's Cube, you don't see any numbers over here, right? All you see is 9. This is the same as a dice cube. When you go up this way, over this way, down and under, right? You're going to have 12. When you go this way, you're going to have another 12. That's 24. You have 8 to the corners is 32, and 1 in the center, making Rubik's Cube tell us 3 cubed. The reality is, right, there's only 12 that go around this way, and 3 and 3 on this side. We've already counted this one and below. There's going to be a total of 18 surrounding 1. Chai. When you do this 9, you're going to see, okay, that every single side has 9. But when you have 9, you also have the connecting colors. Look, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, right? And then 4. So you're going to have 12 more. So you're going to have a total of 9 colors plus 12 colors. 9 colors and 12 colors. Happy birthday, the 9 months of birth to the 12 months for the year. But imagine if our life would be all about 9s, right, instead of all about 12s. We're living the life of another, adding on a percentage. 1/4, right, is added on. 3/4 and 1/4, right? Because 3/4 of this, okay, is 3, 3, 3. You get 9, and then 1/4 is 3. Your angels are coming. 31, 13, 31. Orphan roulette. So you can see inside of this. Now, when you see inside of this 9, right? When you see inside of this 9, when you see 9, this is what we're going to do. Here's 9, but here's the 1 dot. So we're going to do 1 dot, and we're going to have 8 void. And then what we're going to do is we're going to flip the dice cube over, right? We're going to flip this dice cube over, right? I'm going to flip the dice cube. I'm going to show you this one. I flipped the dice cube over. Not yet. Okay, I flipped the 1 over. It becomes a 6. The opposite are right here. Now, let me show you this one better. 1 and 6 opposite. So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I have 6 dot, and I have 3 void. Then I'm going to go to the next one. So the reason I'm telling you this for number 11 is you got to follow and see the whole thing, what's going on, right? The other thing I wanted to show you is here. There's 2 times the 6. There's 2 different ways. There's only one way of the 5, right? So the 5. The 5, right? And the 2. So here is 5 dot, and here is the 2 dot. And then the empty space is I like to call that the 4 void, right? And here, there's 7 spaces, so I'm going to call it the 7 void. And then the last one, okay, I like to put 1, 8, 6, 3, 5, 4, 2, 7. What's ironic about 7 is it equals to 11, a representation in this cube, right, in the house of bait. The house of bait, right? House of bait, 2 and 9 equals to 11. The alpha house, 1 and 9 equals to 10. The creation house, 3 and 9 equals to 12. The next house is 4 and 9 equals to 13. 5 and 9 equals to 14. 6 and 9 equals to 15. And this is the halfway house of Mars, and it starts with O, N, M, L, J, K. J, K, L, M, N, O, right? And then the 7th is when you get to that gateway, right, at your birth, when the one spirit comes with inside. Their polarity. In 12, it's polarity. We didn't go to the area space where teen resides because it begins here. And this is where the moon shows up. This is where your menstrual cycle comes in, starts to control that 28-day cycle. So this is your gateway in your birth. And to note that we spoke about the way 17 and 19, right? The way they come together between Mars and the moon. That moon is actually the reverse alphabet of Mars is Heinz 57, right? So, and we use the 9 because that's the biggest number. But is there any time when I'm going to be using only the 8, right? When I end up in the heavens, right? 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 1 and 8, 2 and 8, 3 and 8, 4 and 8. So when we do the 8, right, we do 4 and 8 before the mirror happens, right? 4 and 8, the mirror happens over here. And the thing about this is that we have the 9 cube, right, which everything begins by the 1 square, and then everything else begins at this, the 4 area and the 1 area, or the 1 square equals to 1, the 4 square, well, equals to 8. You can play this 1 anywhere inside of it. So this is your 9, now we're at 10, now we're at 11. And remember, when you play blackjack, you bust out at 22, which brings you a monkey. And that's a whole other story we're going to talk about in here. So what does this do? Remember, once I get to this 4th one, what happens in my next house? What happens when I reduce down to 7? Well, when I reduce down to 7, okay, this is my 12, right? 1 and 2 equals to 3. So my 6 and 7 is my 13, but I've already broken out at my 4 and 7, 11, right? Because the mirror shows up at the 4. So where am I when the mirror shows up at the 7th gate? It shows up over here, and that's the beast. The beast, time, Jesus. When 57, 7. I need to just take a 2-minute breather. If you can help out this channel, that would be really awesome. My computer's down, and you know what the horrible thing about it is I'm not sure what's wrong. It all went snowy on me. The whole thing went snowy, shut down. Now it doesn't recognize my screen. I would love to learn. See, if I say I'd love to learn how to repair computers, right? Important just to have the knowledge of how the connections are made, because the wife, connects us. The Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. The outside energy connects us, right? I just need to breathe a little bit. I'm going to run into the house to get a drink. So if anybody has to go out and make a number one or a number two, never sure why they never talk about number three. Right? Is it because the father and the mother created everything? And why is the father one? Because it takes its pull and puts it into the mushroom? I don't know, but I showed up at the church yesterday. I'm going to tell you this one weird picture. Let me show you this one weird picture. First of all, may my ex-mother-in-law, or the woman, rest in peace. The death was on 99999, everything to do with nines. Did you know even number 63, 9 times 4, 9 times 7, 47, the beast, Jesus, energy, right? Even that number, right, is an association to the moon number. 63, 63, 63 is 189. The 189 we spoke about earlier, but the last one is 252, becomes the mirror. She died on the 252nd day, the mirrored day, the platform. Um, there was another reason I mentioned it. Yes, the moon. The moon. Okay, at 126, not at 216, right? Not at 216, not at 612, not at 621, right? Which has 3, 4, 5 in between. What this means um, is 2,160 miles is the moon. The cube is 21. We run the 60 seconds on the clock. 91 is the spirit, because when you have all your letters, we have to see what can happen with all the other ones. The 2 is a 5. The 6 can be a 9. Okay. Now, if you're talking about the alphabet, the polarity to the 6, or the balance of the same nature of the 6, is the 8. To the balance of the same nature of the 5 is the 9. E-I-E-I-O. To what is in between, 68, the house planet, the communication planet, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, equaling to what is 8 and 6. There's also a mathematical equation that equates to 5995, in which those numbers equate to 12 and 14, which brings the younger completion of the female stage, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, coming into the E world of the sun, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, which has to do with the male. Okay, because what happens in the bar mitzvah year, or in the bat mitzvah year, it's the completion, okay, in the bat mitzvah year, of 156 moons, plus the moon upon the receiving of when the sperm meets the egg, number 19 and 71, right? When the sperm meets the egg. So that ovulation period, right? Ovulation period. So is that the 41 or the 41st week? They can count it many ways. You count, yes. So maybe are you counting the week before from the week ending, because nothing begins if something didn't end, right? There was something else I was talking about. The 90, yeah, I got to take that 2 minute, just that 2 minute break. Prepare some questions. I'm not really sure where I was. I'm going over all the numbers. Another thing is 7 times 12 is 84. That is a representation of Harley Davidson. The reason is the colors also reflect the planet Pluto. The planet Pluto is also number 84. Number 8 and 4 also represent what is 1/3 8 of 24 is 2/3 16 equal to 24, which is derived by what is the inversal of what is 33, which is a rotation of 6 and 9, which is within the gateway of 7 and 8. 6 and 9, 7 and 8. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, 9 and 6. The reverse cube of 3 is 4 and 4. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 16 and 8. 16, 1 and 6 is 7, 8 and 7 show you that gateway to what is 33, and then it spells the word phi or pi within the word, or even hi or goodbye within that word. Every level of number. And I'm still trying to think. You see, they said 11. It's a completely different word. It's not one. It seems like it has to be alive. You know what I'm saying? 12, has to, is it alive? But 13 changes everything. Now, I'm not even saying 3. I don't say anything until I say 4, but I don't say 5. I say 14. I say 16. I say 17. I say 18. I say 19. So when I have 14, I have 9 and 5, or I have 10 and 4. The mirror world of 10 bringing in 4. It's a whole within itself. It's even used. Okay, the 10 is even used when you get to 70 in French. They say 60 and 10. So now I need to understand, what did they do? Did they go A, B, C, D equals to 10? Or did they do this? So did they do A, B, C, D equals to 10? And did they say A and I equals to 10? And then they went B and H equals to 10? And then they went C and G equals to 10? And then they went D and F and equals to 10? And then they did A and D equals to 5, and B and C equals to 5, to where when you catch the center of this, you catch the E worlds in between, and you go A, E, and I. And in between that, you are going to create 105. 3 times 3.5 equals 105. I like to call it the hand of God. You can say it's E-J-O. What about Joe? Or how about joy? The 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25th letter in the alphabet. 5, 1, 6, 2, 7. 5, 1, 6, 2, 7. So if I was to repeat that, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, and then 30, okay, so I'll go 5, 1. I'm going to take this away right here. 5, 1, 6, 2, 7. Then 30, right, would be 3. And then 35 would be 8. And then 40, and then 45. So you would have 5 and 3, 8, 2 and 6, 8, 1 and 7, 8. Then you would have 8 and 3, 11, 2 and 9, 11, 7 and 4, 11. So if we want to know, right, where everything comes in, and by the way, you will have 24 and 33. To note that we did Rubik's Cube and I didn't finish, right? I didn't finish, let me finish that Rubik's Cube part, right? Sorry about that. 2 and 7 dot, right? And then the opposite of 2 and 7 was the 5, and then the 3, which is the opposite of the 4 cube, right? So here we have 3 dot, and then we have the 6 void. And here we have the 4 dot, and here we have the 5 void. So if you want to know about the word love and Noah goes up and he needs to carry 2 by 2, well, on the cube, if you notice, right, if you notice on the cube, right, we're going to be counting 5 here and 5 here. We're going to be counting 6 here and 6 here. We're going to be counting 3 here and 3 here. But we do not count 8, 1, 8, 2, and 7 equals to 18. We count 3, 6, 4, 5, and we count that twice. And this one will equal to a total of 9, 18, 36. Did I do that right? Right, that's it. There's a total of 54 area spaces on a cube, in which, when you add up all the dots, there will be 21 dots, right? And 33 spaces. The inverted dots will be 1 and 6 equals to 7, and a void of 8 and 3 equals to 11, to where the 2 and 5 equals to 7, to where the 7 and 4 equals to 11. Which 11 are you? To where the 3 and 4, Earth and Mars separation of the E world equals to 7, to where 6 and 5 equals to 11. Yo, 11, here comes the student of our birth. The Yo 11 student, the horsepower, coming with the flow of the wolf. Would that have anything to do with the moon? 50, 56. And don't forget, 5, 6, and 7 all link up together, right? 5, 6, 7, then 8, 9, 5. So that's this basic system of 7-11. So you're going to have 33, and that's going to be your rotation, right? Inside what is 78. Where's that number 78? Right? October is number 87. The word 12 is 87. 3 by 29 is 87. Now let's get to the magical 29. Let's talk about 29 before I show you any numbers. I want to take a little break. I want you to tell me what I forgot to tell you, and how come there's so few people that come watch this channel when this is all incredible. I have to say that because I'm impressed myself. I've had a couple of people come out here and say, "Why do you work so hard?" I go, "What are you talking about? My mother tells me I do nothing." She says, "You're working so hard." He says, "What are you trying to prove? What am I trying to prove?" For myself, I will answer you the question. For my personal self, I get a good feeling. Everybody wants something that's organic, something that they truly believe. But at what point doing something that causes no harm is noted to be an addiction, where everything around you falls apart, like the rusty old car that you don't fix, and that everything breaks down. So you do an analysis on your life, that in order to think properly, right, you have to have a little knowledge of the base. Clean the house, do the sheets, wash the clothes, get some nourishment, drink enough water, check what you eat, don't drive too fast on the highway, pay attention to others, not only for the ones that you need, but for the ones that need you. We can't know it all. I can say all the fantastic words. It doesn't mean I do it exactly that way, because how do I know what to be perfect is? I don't know. I know the basis of it is, just like the 10 Commandments, that now I know of the 10 Commandments. My question is it 1 in 9, 10, or is there a reflection within the 10 Commandments that one should actually be touching the 20th commandment, just like your toes? This thumb touches this thumb, and this finger touches, or this pinky touches this thumb, and this finger touches this, and then he's noticed that I can touch these pretty much equal, but when I want to bring my thumb and my pinky together, I gotta keep coming. Oh, look at that, the thumb made it, right? But why is this pinky making it, right, but not this one? How come I can't get to both of them at the same time? When can I get to both of them? Only at this can I get to both of them at the same time. Does it mean anything? Yeah, that's what it means. That's all it means. Otherwise, I'm out here. Now, if I wanted to do it this way, this would be my first angle, this would be my second angle, this would be my third angle, this would be my fourth angle. Right? And if I did it this way, right, look at that. More I brought it out, the more I separated. When I started to bring it in, right, bring it in, look at that. I need to keep it straight. Look at that, right? Look at that. Otherwise, I bring it out. What does it mean? I don't know, but I know it's the truth of that reality. So I'm going to get a drink. If you got to go make a number one, a number two, a pee-pee, a poo-poo, whatever it is, I'm going into the house for like 3 minutes. So you're just going to be looking at the outside for like, let's say 5 minutes. I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about number 29, the spirit, of the cycle of the 4 years to where certain numbers show up with number 29. And because I don't have, a chalkboard and all kinds of stuff, no excuses, I'm not going to go as broad as I'd like to go. Like, I want to know where the 29th, the 39th, the 49th, the 59th, and every single nine. I mean, I can do the same thing with 3 and 4, because when you get to D4, right, there's a couple of ways to do this. Every time you get to a 4, right, in the system we run right now, it becomes a leap year. Another way to do it is 1, 4, 7, 10. It flips to the other side. It's a fourth one over here, but I moved up 9 in this scenario, right? And it just so happens that, just give me a second. Boy. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, that's those two cycles of movement. Because a triangular movement is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So you have 1, 4, 7 in the same point in the triangle. So when the triangle moves, it skips every second number. So when the vortex moves, it goes like this. It goes 1, 4, 7 position with 2, 5, 8. So the 3 corners of 2, 5, 8 and the 3 corners of 1, 4, 7. Then you connect 1, 4, 7 with 3, 6, 9. Now you're doubling up on the 1 alpha. The reason for that is the one center heart, there is no other like I am. Okay? And it says I am because it's the 3 sides, the M, 10, 10, 10. Okay, the A is also, when you create the A, you have this A, you have this A, you have this A, and you have this A. That's why you have a universal A, right? The universal of America. Amer is the ocean. So it's split up. Boy, where was I? So at number 29, right? Number 29. Number 29. So I'm going into those for just 2 minutes, and let's take a 2-minute break, and hopefully I'm back by the 92nd minute here. That's okay, peace and love. Ask me that question. Take them with my phone so I'll be able to see what you say out here. Although I won't be able to talk to you, I can still type to you. Just ask me. Thank you. You know what? I did want to show you one picture. I can't show you the whole picture. It wouldn't be fair. So, when it was just ironic, but see that uniform there, right? That uniform was put on to, may my mother-in-law rest in peace. And that's the uniform of our kid, Tacpans. Name is not yet it. Right? We'll be back in a minute. back. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. It'd be nice to know who is still with me. Hinduism, the sum of a person's action and this pre in this previous states of existence views as deciding the fate or the future of existence. Purify your karma. Karma. What is karma? Do I believe in karma? I'm looking really right now what Hinduism is and what karma is. But I know that I'm going to tell you my base structure for my thinking is that in order to have life, something somewhere in time exists. Otherwise, the word would not exist. You took something by accident. Can it be called stealing? You didn't do something on purpose, but you had the thought. So for that moment, your mind was occupied with a thought that it didn't need to be. Because you weren't going to do no evil. You can think the evil. Why do it? What is the morality of doing the evil? Now, we do it. I take out a hammer and I smash that nail. And you know what happens? That nail goes into the wood, splits the wood, and it connects to another piece of wood. Now I got the roof. If I continuously do evil deeds, what are consequences? What are those deeds? If I drive my car fast down a highway and there's nobody there ever, and I'm alone forever, then I'll be alone forever. That is that karma, right? Happen. Right? Because I understand karma as a payback, right? If it's can karma be if you do a lot of good deeds, more good deeds will come? Well, it's pretty obvious if you're working with other people, right? If you're working alone and you do a good deed, who would you do the good deed for? Yourself? So you plant the garden. Garden grows, you got beautiful flowers, beautiful fruits. You did it for yourself. Hey, karma, right? Can karma be a little bit like magic, right? Magic. You didn't see that, did you? Did you just see that? No, you didn't. It was too fast. Well, did you see the flowers grow? You see them at the moment, but you don't see them doing anything. Unlike a car will pass you. The dog will run by you. Well, it's not magic because the dog ran by you. You heard the dog bark, but that's not magic either. It was your ears. It's the fault of your ears. If you don't take care of your ears, how will you hear? Okay, guys, I'm going to give them one piece. I almost bit my fingers off. Do you like it? Good boys. My last piece, and I'm going to be fully with you. So, Hinduism. What's the true meaning of karma? See, I didn't see a lot of people. I have to wipe my hands. Give me 1 second. I'm just wiping my hand. Yeah, I went to get myself a drink from the fridge. I just have to send a message to my sister. Hey guys, what's happening? Middle of the afternoon, you must be there. Hope you had a good sleep. Just to let you know that the fridge, everything is freaking perfect in the fridge down here by the pool. Have a nice afternoon. Okay. Now, let me look back at where we were on karma. If I look at the word karma, I don't know why it reminds me of Kermit the Frog, right? Does karma really kick back? Karma starts with the K, which is 11. The A, which is 1, 111, believe it or not, is at the heart of the 36 numbers. Karma ends with MA, which it describes in itself. Well, I don't know how that happened, but it describes in itself the word because it ends in MA, and I'm always questioning myself about the soul. And in this world, they spell soul in French as AME, but we wake up in the morning to the AM. We have an expression that goes on according to many people, or the people following Bibles and stuff, or godly things, that says the I am who I am, or that I am. So again, the AM without the E. So what is it to not have it without the E? With the number 8, in French and in English, there's differences. When you say number 8, you don't say eighth, adding on th. You only add on the h. When you say 80 in French, you're saying 420. You don't even say the 8. When you say 81, you say 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You never say A1. In French, you would say A1, 21, 31, 41. When you say 22 in French, just give me a second. How do you write 22 in French? So in French, 21, 31, 41, 51 are all connected through ET. It's the first time I'm seeing this. I've looked it up before, but since I started doing it, there's some stuff coming up on the internet that I've never seen before. How long has this been out there? Anyways, irregardless to the fact, when you say 72 or 92, it's not the same as 22 or 32 or 82, because you're going to say an association of 12, right? When you say it, but not when you say 92. You're saying the whole 90 and then the 2. But 92 is 92. I have to I have to read this. So I'm just trying to understand what you're saying, Rain Africa. You're seeing in other people the system serving justice. So um, we live in a system which I like to call sort of the monkey system. And the reason for that is to get into the system is split. So I'm just trying to understand this, right? Remember, I have to go back to where it's the 9 months of birth, but it's the 12 months for a birthday. Why did we separate this? Is because they added a season, and instead of 9 months, right? Instead of 9 months, there's now 12 months, or the 10 actual moon months, meaning that there's 10 months of 28 days. But you need the 3 days prior for the ovulation center, leaving your 280 days at 277 days, falling on October 4th, calculating at a flat calculation, 77 for Christ, 277 born in the house of bait. I just have to plug my computer in. I just hope I don't forget everything I'm saying here. Oh, in fact, let me, I'm going to plug it in. Oh boy. Wow, it plugs in at the bottom. Just 1 second. Oh boy, hold on a second. Hold on. But I don't know if I can do this. Okay, let me see where we were. I hate that I get lost and I do two things at once. I can't keep up to my own thinking. Just give me a second. I just want to move my bowl to the other side. Whoop. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm wondering if I could do it this way. No, that's upside down, right? So I don't know how I can set this up because I have to keep it plugged in. I'm running out of. This is definitely not fair what I'm doing right now. How can I? Can I hold it this way? Can I do that? Hold on, just give me a second. Let me see. Just 1 second. Trying to see if I can balance this here. Okay, I think I got it balanced more or less. Yeah, so let me look over what that was. So when you look at the word justice, right, and I don't really want to get off number 92 in the birth cycle, but when we look at the word justice, they also have ice and police. You know, the J is the mirror. The U is part of the cube. I know the U is the second letter. It's the 21st letter, right? I'm just trying to look at the word 39, 49, 59, 60. So just is 70. It's the ring that goes around the pole, which is 35. And ice is 9, 12, 17. It's 87. Wow. So if it was 67, right, it'd be telling me the lower house, right? 1 and 5, 2 and 4, 3 and 3. But this is the upper house, right? It's the house of 1/3, hockey, on ice, triangular. We're working in the thirds instead of in the quarters, it seems like. We also note that we have 1, 4, and 7 are the full cycles. The one can fit in 2 and fit in 3. 1 times 1, 2 times 1, 3 times 1. It's perfect. It's ABC. The 2, 1 times 2 will equal to 2. But we don't have 2. We have 1 times, we have 1 plus 1 plus 1 equaling to 3, or 1 times 1 equals 1, 1 times 2 equals 2, 1 times 3 equals 3. When we do 2 times 1 equals to 2, that's good. When we do 2 times 2 equals to 4, that sends me back to the 1 area. Okay, when I do 3 times 2 equals 6, that sends me to the right area. But when I do 4 times 2, it brings me to 8, and it brings me back to the same area of the cycle of 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. We have to note that the cycles 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19, 22. We have to know where we are inside the cube. Then we have 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20. And then I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So we've done this. So now the thing is, right, I'm going to see if I can point this the other way. 1 second. I'm going to have to help get you pointed down at my book here. Let me see. So let me get this down here and here. Okay, so I got that. Let me get that here, right? Hold on a second. Let me fix that up here. Let me move this. Let me get the telephone. So much easier. This is so much easier to do. I like to be here doing this. This is what I do. So yeah, so this is 87. So this is telling me that 71 or 17, okay, is what creates this. I know this is the queen and this is the king. I know this is going to be the jack and this one is going to be the king. I know this one here runs this way. This one here runs this way. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 by twos. And then this one over here on this angle. Whoops, sorry. This one over here on this angle, right? If I do one dot, and then I do 2 dots, and then I do 3 dots, and then I do 4 dots, I can do that, right? I can do that. Okay, but I can't do it here. Here it's 1 dot, and then it's 3 dots, and then it's 5 dots, and I'm creating it perfect. So when you're looking at this, right, you can be looking at the right angle, right? The right angle for A, okay? And then you can be looking at the center angle or the hat. And this hat, right? Hold on a second. The dog is, he's in the bowl. Just give me a second. Get out of the bowl. That's all pure fat shit. Right? And then after you do this, you end up taking this one over here, right? And then you do 1 dot, and then you do 2 dots, and then you do 3 dots, and then you do 4 dots, right? So you do that over here, okay? So you have AA. So when you do it together, right, you're actually doing, here's your first dot. Let me do it on the next page. Let me do it on the next page. You see, so what you had over here, 1, 2, 3, here, 1, 3, 5, 7, okay. So here we did it like that, right? Here's that A, but we do it on the right angle A, right? Right over here. And then we do, did I get that right? Right, and then I do like that, right? Or I do the left angle A, okay. And now what I've done is, if you actually take a look, right, I have written, I have a picnic table, by the way, but I have 7, I have 6, I also have the ace, but I also have the bar, right, into the E world, or the connecting of the H, which takes in over here. This is only 1 dimension. I haven't made a 360 degree. It's got a flat area, right? It's showing me a plane. It's showing me a point. It's not showing me, there's a difference between this one and this one over here, right? There's a difference between this one, right, or creating with this one. This one, the 4 dots and the 1 dot, compared to the 4 area, right? And the that 1 area and the 4 area, right? That 4 dots and 1 dot, here's the 1 and the 4. Well, over here is the 1 and the 4. It's 1, 4, 4, 1. 4 dots, the 4 areas. The 4 areas have 9 dots, the 4 areas have 1 dot. Where the 1 area has 4 dots. Well, this is the same one, but this one has 1 dots and it has nothing else. But what it does have, okay, in here is it has 8 that surround it. So this is that story. And then this one over here, or this one over here, right, which is the 1 area and 4 dot, has the 8 around it. So this 8 around it is going to give me the 16 dots to what was the 4 dots, to what we has the 1 area, one area, and the 8 area. You see what's going on? Because when we work with the letters, right? When we work with the letters and the numbers, we have to know where everything goes. We have to have things that are concrete, right? Something that's concrete to understand. And if we work in Trinity in 3, this thing is going to be folded at 120 degrees. So you're going to meet 120, 120, 120 to go all the way around that. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. The other thing about this is this center needs separation, right? We can't drive anything on the center of the track, so we need the sides of the track. I'm the track here, and I'm the track here, but I don't have a one-track mind over here, right? You notice the way it comes like this, right? Because I need one side of the building, the other side of the building. Can it be that way? Can I run the track just on this rail? Or does it have to work as the same way Earth runs? You see, the Earthway, right, has its tracks here, and here's that passageway right over here. Or we can have the track going down this way. My other question when it works with this, right, is what if I wanted the track this way? This separation from here to here, is it the same separation from here to here, right? What is that separation going on? Is it wider? But it will show you this design. Have you ever seen this design before? Or this design? Or this design over here? This is showing you AAA, 3 sides. Once you pass the center side over here, right? This is where the sun comes in. This is where the sun divides, right over here. Let me look at some of the questions. I still wanted to finish with number 9229, right? And how about 46, 23, 11.5, right? The key. Let's do... we can't even do 29, right? We can't even do 29. So we can do 3 times 9 equals 27 plus 2. We can do 5 times 6 equals 30 minus 1. So this is what I see happening more than this. I can find this on the cube. I can find this on the cube. I can't find this on the cube. I can find this on the cube. I can find this on the cube. I already know this is the cycle within the cycle of the moon. I also know it's the 4 months of 30 days, and then there's 7 months of 31 days. It's the system of time. And what is the biggest beast? '74, 19, 21, 19, 5, and 10. Now we're going to go 1 and 5 and 10 and 21 and 10. Whoop, 3. 21e let, 21st letter, 19th letter. 1 and 9 is 10. 21st letter, 2 and 1 is 3. 19th letter, 1 and 9 is 10. 5th letter, 10th letter. 16, 17, 18, 19. The total is 29. When you add it to a single digit, it becomes 13151. 13151. Look at those freaky numbers, right? Every single one of them has a heart. The only difference is this one over here, and that's your gateway, your mirror gateway. This is your duplication of your invert and vert in between the 1 and 6 equaling to 7 versus the 5, 2, or the 3 and 4 equaling to 7 versus what is the I'm just trying to see which one, the 1, 6. And the reason for that is I wish I had a cube Wow, wait, I'm going into the house to get a cube. I'm going to get a cube. You know, and we're going to talk about the word karma for the minute. Let me talk about karma for just 2 seconds, right? I want to talk about karma for just 2 seconds. I hope my video doesn't run out. I'll come back on my phone if it does, in which my phone is now running out. Karma. The interesting about the word is it starts with 111, which is the heart of 36. The AM that is in the word equals to 14, also is a connection to spirit AI and brings together two systems. Ask me. If you don't understand, please ask, so I know what you don't understand. You still have to tell me. I have to put my phone here for a minute. Oh, I have an extension. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Yeah, you have to, please, I'd like you to tell me that precisely what you think you don't understand, or maybe something you'd like to know, right? You found it somewhere. You know, something simple like a game or whatever it is, you know. Look at that, we just got the right distance. Okay, everything's charging over here. Right now I know it's crunch time, right? It's crunch time. I'm still talking about the word karma. Oh, Jesus. I have to put a chair here, so they just ran through this. I don't even know what happened to the other piece that was there. Yeah, just give me a second. You just destroyed everything. You guys have destroyed everything. Hey, I'm not a very good teacher, eh? I lost my plug. Just give me a second. I lost my plug. Just give me a second. Wow, that was crazy weird, guys. Oh, into the field. Look at that. 20 feet away, eh? 20 feet away. So, I have to bring my phone here. I need to see what everybody is saying, all the three of us, right? All the three of us. So this is plugged, that's plugged. So let me just look in this. Okay, so I want to get back. Before I do that, I want to do the word just, and then I'm going to get to the dice cubes, right? And, you know, just visiting. What is the justification? So we have a 39, 49, 59, 21, we have 60. So we did the word just at 70. Now, why do I call just in the house of bait, right? Otherwise it'd be 35. That's just. 35 is 10 times 3.5 equals to 35. We have 8 times 3.5 equaling to what is 28. 28 grams, okay, is noted to be an ounce, right? And when you say ounce in French, it sounds like 11. So there's another connection. There's a connection between the metric system, the imperial system. Then there's another part of the system when you move to the other ocean. The system changes when you change over the time zones. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, it doesn't matter. From whoever, wherever is, it's just going to tell your coordinate location for a letter or a definition, or to tell you where this is during this period. For example, you all think that the rat is the first zodiac sign, right? But now we're going to go over the rat, okay? And in talking about the rat in the metal cycle, in the water cycle, in all the cycles, right? Where the rat is for the year that it is. Not talking about that Venus. I don't know enough about the zodiac, but I do know enough that I see how the numbers work, because I know how the numbers work. I'm applying my 12 theory right to the theory of the 12. It's the 12 signs. So if you want to count it to the 13, we can count it at the 13. Right away, you know 13 is a shoelace. Why? Okay, not in this instance. See, in the shoelace, you got two ends, they're the same. But in this instance, you have the writing end. Now, if we were talking about olive bait, we would be talking about this pen without the pen in the center. So we have all the way around, we have the housing for bait, the liquid that's inside the housing. Again, we have a housing and a housing and a housing. Housing what is to the ballpoint, which is all around the area space of where the ink is occupying, blocking so not all the ink comes out at the same time. The point of the matter still has an area space, because the fine line of something of itself is only the half area of itself. Other than talking about, if you're talking about hockey especially, because hockey you split in the middle of the period at the 15-minute mark. There's 35-minute mark, again 3.5. Hockey, back to the dice cube, 3.5. Everything about 7,11, because what you don't see is still there, because you don't see it. I don't hear it either, but the dogs do. There is or there is not a connection. If there is, this is why, and if there is not, this is why. And how come? How do you get to that in order to be why? The why is the how come. I show you the how come. So I show you that 8 times 3.5, and it also makes sense that our moon runs at 28-day cycles. So we need 8 of something to come to 28 days, and those are all 3.5 days inside of this. But what's ironic is that what happens in this is there's only 3 of them. Here there are 6. And with these 3, there's a total of 9. But I need 8. So I have 1 left over. Do you see what's going on here? And under the table too, never mind. So what I mean is that the reverse of this cube, 3 sides and 3 sides, that's 6. So that means there's 3. There's 3 meeting points. If all the reverse sides are 7, the meeting point is 3.5 by 3. So that's 105. So you have 105, 105. Okay, you have 21 with these 2 in the meeting heart. Although you have 42 on the outside, you have 21 on the inside. When you add the third one, 21, you create 63. 9 times 4, 9 times 7, 36, 63. The house of creation House and creation, born on the sixth day to the three of creation. A, B, C. After that, we don't need any more. A and B and, sorry, C and A and C and B make A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So we won't go any higher than that. We're going to reverse and encompass D because it's A inside a C. And C can be where do we get C from? We need B to put A inside of B to create what is C. Noted that when we have now B, there's two ways of B. There's a B this way, right? And did I get that right? Let me see. You see, look. There's a B this way, and there's a B this way. Check out what's on top. 4 and 6. 3 and 1. 4 and 10. 4 and 10. Communication, 1 and 4. The 1 dot with the 4 dots, or the 1 area space to the 4 area space. To the 1 cubed and to the 2 cubed. It is at the 1 and 2 cubed that we need nothing else. Everything else is a ring around it. So I was showing you last, if you remember, and I jumped off the scale, okay? And yes, back to the justice thing. So to show you that the ring, the justice system owns the ring of the pole. It owns the 70. Owning the 70 is owning the 7. The pole is 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5, right? You remember 5775, how it works? We are in the time of that. We are in the first complete cycle. This year has ended for the cycle of 5775. Let's call it the ovulation period, right? And we have to stand on 17, so the most number of years that can go by since 9 went by is 7. And remember, when you begin the year, you end the year. A number ends on its naming. A child is born, you name it. On its first birthday, you change it from the child to the 1-year-old child. Now, when you say 1-year-old child or the 1 year means the 1 year is over. The 1 year is over. This dog looks like he wants to jump in the pool. You want to jump in the pool? Let's see if we can look at him. Where is he? Oh yeah, there he is. Okay, I see him. I thought I didn't see him right in the middle. Okay, let's look at the best dog in the picture right here. That's me. Okay. Okay. So let me look at these cubes again. So now I have 3 cubes, right? 3 times 21 dots equals 63. I have 3 centers per cube. 3 times 3.5 equals to 105, right? So I'm going to do that twice. So it'll be 6 times 3.5 equals to 105, or 10.5. And then I'll do it again. It'll be 9 times 3.5 equals to 105. And to note that 5 and 1 is Mars. 5 and 1 is Puck. 6 and 2 is Stick and Queen. And if you take a look at this, check this out. Look at that. 6 and 2, 2 and 6, but check what's on the other side. Mars. That's the Queen. That's the game. That's the stick. Okay. 6226 is 88. It's a window gateway. Window 88 also resides that when you connect this cube, they all become 10s. Window 10, window 11. A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 10. E, F for the 6 sides equals 11. Window 1088. Window 1188. So it becomes 98 and 99. So now we had window 98. Yeah, it'd be great if you can help out the channel. Buy me a coffee, Mr. Tacpans. And no, I'm not coming here. I'm not here. I hate to do the money thing, but you know I got to because I just have to. It just has to be. You'd have to understand to know. I got to. I just. Anyways, what's more important now is that we share these videos, but more than just share the video, why you share the video, what you saw in here, what it says to you. That when we find the truth, when you know what's real, and I'm going to get back to karma in a minute, right? And like I said, karma, okay? 11 and 1 and 18 and 13 and 1, 219 for 1, 219 for 1. The cube born into the house, 3 and 5, 3, 9 and 5, okay? Okay. Just give me a second. 14, 32, 33, 43. Karma, 44. Wow. It splits everything up in thirds. The AR, Karam, the part of the RAM, Ram, Arm, Mars, Bélier, which is the first zodiac sign. It's included with the ox, with the rat inside the sign, RAT, rat, is the first zodiac sign. It has 5 letters, so it is in the second rim, 1, 3, 5 ace, telling me it's divided between 2 sides. It never stays, it doesn't decide on its own. It just shows you the story in front of it. If you implement something into the system to have that be a truth or a lie, then it will tell you which side it will go to. But you have to distinguish, and how do you distinguish what is a truth and a lie? What house does it belong, 1 or 4? Is it the 1 dot, or is it the 1 area space? When one thing is happening, the other thing is not. When one thing is happening, you now know the opposite of the one thing, and you also know what's not. The 1 squared and the 2 squared are not the same. They're not. They're just not. The artwork is not the same. They don't do the same thing. Earth and Mars, the 4th and the 3rd planet, they're opposite of each other. The numeric value for Earth is 52, or V11. Why should I use L? I can also use a V. The numeric value for Mars is 51, V1. If I go up and down with Mars, meaning that if it's number 51, right, which is a 6, that is actually skipping over its planet and going from 4 to 6 equaling to 10 and jumping into Saturn, 1.5 times 4 its value. But Earth jumps into the 7th gate, 3 and 7, as Earth is 5 minus 2 equals to the 3rd planet, 5 plus 2. The numeric value of Earth is 52. It now joins Uranus at the 7th and the 3rd planet, crisscrossing over the 5 position, the propeller position, okay, 202 away from the other. 2 plus 5 equals to 7. 3 plus 4 equals to 7, right? There's the this way 159, and there's the this way 357. I'm trying to remember where I was going with this story. So yes, so now we have Earth and Mars, and they're the opposite on the dice cube. They're right here. Here's 44 for the Mars, creates Neptune out of it. Here's 33 for the Earth, right? But what I'm getting to with what I just said before is that the numeric value, okay, of Mars is 51, 5 and 1 is 6. The numeric value, okay, of Earth is 52 is 7. So we know the rim runs with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, and 11 is the first one. It's almost like A again, except it's A, it's 1 and 1. It's the split world, it's come together. Let me see if I can draw it real quick here, down here, down here, down here, down here, down here, and down here. Sort of does this. Counting up to 7 and down to 1 again. 1 and 1, M and N split the alphabet. The sun, okay, fits in right over here at this flat part. The sun will fit in when a hexagon is created. Although you can create an octagon around this, in fact, you can create 4 octagons around this. In fact, by creating 4 of these, you will create 1 octagon. So you're going to create 24 with an 8-sided 24 lined inside area space. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm just trying to see if I did this right. So just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'm just doing something here, here, here. No, I think it was here, 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 here. Okay. And then here, here, here. Okay, so although it's small, it's over here. See, there's a plateau, but these are all hexagons. And if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 and 4 sides. This, just gonna split it up a bit. This splits up this way. Have you ever seen this before? Right? Great Britain or something? Right? So now this also is talking about Mars. The reverse of Mars will create this design. Inside this design of these division of 8 area spaces is going to say the word Heinz. Right? I'm going to flip this camera up over here. See, the word Heinz is done like this. I'm just going to do it like right? So we're going to go H, and then I'm going to create the I letter. Whoop. The I letter. I didn't use the right amount of area, okay? Then we create the I letter. Then we create the N, and then we create the Z. So this says Heinz, right? It's also numeric value 57. Very relevant, this 57. This is the numeric value for the electric moon. This is both the male. Okay, this is when the connection comes between the higher of the female and the higher of the male, but they don't retain this value. The value shifts like this. When the value shifts like this also is going to shift into what is Mars. It's the Mars-Earth system. 3 by 17. Okay, 3 by 17 is 51. Okay, and then the moon, right? Or Great Britain, because Great Britain is a representation of that house of bait. We work 27 parts out of 36. We do not work into the full 360, and even if we did, we'd be at 9, 18, 27. Everything is shut off, and then the next one is 36, and that is maybe a birth portal, something to go in and out of, but the 9 is we're not playing the full 45. We're missing a piece right over here. In fact, it could be missing many pieces, right? Because this area and this area, okay, is number 75. So the heart of 9 numbers, when you count the heart of all your numbers, right, this equals to 45. But if this one happens to be the 50 red, and this one happens to be the 25 green in darts, and this is the heart of your number. Now, what are all your numbers? Well, your numbers in darts are 1 through 20, and that equals to 210. So should I say it was 210, or would I say it's 285? It just so happens 285 is the heart of the numbers. So there's many ways to go with this. Since it's 210, it runs by the numeric value of this cube. So now we went to this. We have 31.5, right? Again, ace. This will split up again. The sun. If you add up 1 to 26, it equals 351. Again, we're through 51 Mars, 51 Mars. 35 is electric company. This is your 1223 coming together. It's just because of the numeric value, what creates the 3 and what creates the 5. Also to note that if you're playing the game, whoop, I can't believe it. I didn't have the camera reversed. I can't believe it. I'm very sorry. Oh my God. I feel terrible. Yes, I see that. I see that. Oh my God. I'm okay. I don't know where I was with this. I'm going to have to back it up. Wow. Wow. I'm so bad. Bad me. Bad, bad, right? So bad. I hate it. Oh, just sickening. So I'm going to try and go over this whole page again because I don't know where you stepped in. I'm going to go over it really slowly. One part of it is when I spoke about the hexagon. The singular hexagon. Whoop, I got to take this phone. How you doing? I'm doing good. Your fridge works, eh? Yeah, everything is cold, cold. Yeah, it was because last week it didn't work at all. Well, it was frozen solid inside. I took off the wall. So, anyways, so how's it going out there? We went out. Yeah, I made the chicken for lunch. Yeah, I wasn't sure. No, I made the one in the bag. Was that you? Oh yeah, it was very good. I put a little bit of that those what do you call those crumbs on it, and I shook it in the bag and then cook. Well, I didn't cook it all, but just some of it. Anyways, we're outside by the pool. No, I didn't make it until 8 o'clock. I got her at 8. So Jillian came by and dropped me off something. And we had a referee. We had a referee yesterday. Oh, that's how they dressed her. Her top looked like the uniform from one of the referees. And I just did a piece of my work like that, and we just went to the hockey game. It was like crazy. But it was really her. It was really her. Anyways, so yeah, so I got it, and everything's good. So you're eating at good places, okay? And you're home what day? What? Oh, I thought you were here till Monday. Late? Really? Wow. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Say hello to everybody. Bye. Bye. Okay. Okay, bye. Okay. So now you know the whole life story. I can't believe they're coming home tomorrow. All right. Okay, so let's get this down. Yeah, sorry to take up anybody's time. Right? Sorry to take up anybody's time like that. We're down to 2. Okay, so let's get back to where was that piece of paper here? I wanted to go over from the watching of the ceiling, all right? I got to take my time with this. Let me see what it says here. I'm just looking at a tent ceiling. Yeah, back to just if you want to talk about it, is because we signed into the House of Bait. And every time there's a signature, no matter whether we're at free will or not. So what it is, what I see with the numbers is 1 and 2 tell me location, right? 1, 2, 3 tells me location connection. The D is the mirror. I'm into the E world. The 5, the EIEIO, because I'm born into that world. When I reach 9 plus minimum 4, 13, I've now entered through the moon. Even though I'm actually here, the story is being repeated and told through our ways, through our through our through our ovulation way of life, meaning we have the bar mitzvah, the other one has the prayer in the water, whatever it is. So we're following the system, we're signaturing, we have accepted the system by making a prayer to all you have to do if you just read the commandments. If you just read the commandments, okay? What is a command? Why should it be a command? What word should it be used? It is written, let it be said. Which way should we understand the word? And going back to the word karma again, Karma, a arma, the armadillo, the starting with the K, that's your base creation, right? Your base creation. Split world A inside the B world, 11, 12, 30, 43. Yeah, I did it at 44. It's the AM, it's not the AME. So it's 2 letters, okay, 54, and not 3 letters, 81. 81 would be Venus. The 3, the 2 is 54. It's a numeric value for the sun. And what's ironic is that 18 goes into 54 3 times. It is the house of 8. It's the 8th house. 8 and 5 is 13. 9 and 4 is 13. 8 and 9. The reflection of 8 and 9 is A and B, and that is your base creation of the 10 system. A and B, okay, A and B to reflective of what is I and H. They both become the 10, 10, or 1010 system, whichever way you want to look at it. You'll be looking at 19 or 91 or 28 or 82. One is the spirit in the cycle of time. 19 plus 28 equals 47 beast. It also equals to what is 11, 1 and 9 equals to 10 equals to 1, 2 and 8 equals to 10 equals to 1, and the system becomes 1 and 8. Into creation, it becomes 3 and 7 inverted to what is 4 and 6, okay? And although, what is, let me just see what that is, 3 and 7, 10, and 4 and 6, 10, okay? Now, I'm gonna use it on the low side. It'll be number 82. And the low side, 3 and 7 equals to 10 equals to 1. So you get 1, 1, 5, 1, 1 is what you get. We're not going to reduce because 5 we're not going to put into 5. It's the 5, the halfway E world, that separates everything. It's that 5 position, okay? 5 position has, this is the way the 5 goes. 5 goes like this. At the 12 o'clock area, right? Unless we pin the clock up different. But above 5 is 2. To the right of the 2 is 3. To the bottom of the 5, let me show you this. To the bottom of the 5 is 8. 2, 3, 6, 9, 7, 4, 1. So it goes like this. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, or 0. It's either 5 or 0. What does this mean? Whoop, camera's low on battery. I plugged it in. Let me see if this is working. Let me just see my battery. Hold on a second. Am I plugged in? I hope so. So where was I with this? Did I show you this? Yeah, so what happened here is I want to do this. 5 plus, sorry. One plus 4 equals 5. Just trying to see, hold on a second. For me to reach out to here, okay, I need to add 3. To reach out to here, I need to reduce it by 3 or add 6. For me to go from here to here, I needed to reduce it by 2. Reduce it by 3. Right? Oh, sorry, what? Hold on a second. Reduce it by 2. I had to reduce it by 2. Sorry, it gets a little confusing. I had to reduce it by 2, or I had to add 6. I just want to see if it's right. Reduce it by 2, add 6. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Leave me a second. Here I reduce it by 4 and added 5. No, I made a mistake. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Just give me a second. Made a mistake. Okay. What I'm doing is 5 to here is 4. 5 to here is 3. 5 to here is 2. 5 to here, add 1. 5 to here, add 4. 5 to here, add 3. 5 to here, add 2. But at the same time, if I want to go from 5 over to 3, is 5 plus 7 equals to 12 equals to 3. If I want to go to 6, it's 5 plus 1 equals to 6. I can't do anything with that unless I want to go 6 plus 8 equals to 14, okay? 1 plus 4 equals to 5. If I want to go over the 9, it's going to be for the plus, right? So it's only going to be the plus 4. Except I'm going to go the other way and go 9, okay, over to 5. So it's going to be, if I have to go 9 over to 5, I got to go 9 plus 5 equals to 14. And that's going to equal to 5. So did I get this right? 8 plus 6 is 14. 9 plus 5 is 14. So now if I want to go 5 to 8, I can't do it. It's going to be plus 3, right? So I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do, right, is then I'm going to go 8 plus 6. Did I do that already? Yeah, I did here. Equals to 14. So you'll note that this one here inverts over here when you go around the 9 area. So now what we're going to do is 7 over to 5, right? And that's going to be 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to go 7 and 7 equals to 14. So we know right over here there's a huge connection right over here. You use the same number to get over to the same number. This number takes you over to here. This number takes you over to here. This number is a heart, creates a 1. This is the 1 center to this entire area right here, this one over here. So the 4 over to 5, now we can do it. Now either it's 4 plus 1 or 5 plus, I have to use the 4, right? Now I'm going to use the 5. So now I'm going to have to go over to number 4, right? In this scenario, I need to go 5 over to 4. Because I can't go 4 over to 5, it's going to use 1, right? But if I go 5 over to 4, 5 plus 8 equals to 13. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. Now, did I do this thing wrong? Let me see it. I need to go 7 over to 5. So I'm going to use 7. Right? 7 over to 5, I use 7. 8 over to 5, I use 6. 9 over to 5, I use 5. Over here, 6 over to 5. I can either minus 1 or plus 8. So 5 over to 1, right? 5 over to 1. I'm going to use 5 and 5 equals to 10 equals to 1. So you can see how this whole thing comes together and the stories that are going on in order to achieve this, right? This is the central figure. So when we do this, we have here 2, 3, 4. That fits into over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then in between here and here, only the 4 fits between north and south. We'll get 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, or 7, 5, 7. Over here going this way, we're going to have 2, 3, 4 that fit in between over here. So it's going to be 1, 9, 5, 9, 1, or 1, 5, 1, because the total will be 23 in this heart position. It's going to be 23 from one area and 12 from the other. The total will be 3.5 into this center. I'm going to check out what everybody has said to me or if there's any notes to look at, and then I'm going to continue on. Give me a second. I'm going to get back to the number 29. I want to talk about the 29. Okay, just give me a minute. Just give me one single minute over here. I was looking for something. I lost my channel. Okay, it let me in. Yay. Okay, it let me back in. Yeah, the crossing of the river of the zodiac, you know. So we did this, right? But what if we want to do more of these? What we're going to do here, okay, is we're going to go. I don't like this pen. Where's the other pen? Oh, I thought I had the darker pen. Yeah, so I'm going to go. What's that? 2, 1. Just give me a second. I'm trying to remember what the design was going to do. Where's my paper? Oh, I smashed it up. So I went up a little bit more here. Then I did this. Then I did this. Then I did this. Then I did that. Then what I did over here, right? I went out 2. I went down 2. Is that where it is? I went over 2. I went up 2. And that there, a Manitou. I went down 2. I went over 2. I went up 2. If you take a look, right, in the spade, in the ace of spades, or more or less the spade, at the bottom of the leg of the ace of spade, it creates this design over here. So I created 4 times 6 sides equaling to 24, right? In a 1 times 8 side equaling to 8. So we can count how many sides are there really here. There's 8. How many sides were there, right? How many sides do we see now? Well, we see 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There are 16 sides of 24. So if I look at 4 times 4 equals to 16, 4 plus 4 equals to 8, it more or less describes this. Okay? Another thing I was talking about before is how the word reversal of Mars, and we're going to get into the karma also, equals to 51. The reverse alphabet, okay, is H-I-N-Z, 57. S and H are reverse alphabet. I and R are reverse alphabet. N and M are reverse alphabet. And the Z is the last letter. The A is the first letter. The total is 6 and 3. Remember how 3663 is the creation of the base of everything. Here comes the mirror, and here comes the gateway. It was 3 and a 1 mirror and a 3. Or it was a 1 and a 3 and a 1. From the mirror to the past to the mirror, equaling to 6, equaling to 5. Boy, wow. Sleepyhead, wake up. 7. It's 6 and 1. Touchdown and a field goal. Remember that 57. This multiplication is going to equal to 63 and 36, which is 4114, right? Or 1441, or whichever way you want to go. This is what's going to divide your day and your night to your thirds over here. It's going to do that, the 313 cycle, and that is the electric earth 2575/25. 3 by 25 to equal to 75 as a whole. We did the word karma, okay, and the AME is for soul. But the AM does not have the E. So what is carrying it into this world? A is more for the divided world. The E is where we connect the world. We add on the third one. We have an interference or an operator between the two. It's also the same thing as what's happening when you add the S, you add plural. You're connecting two systems together. The S reduces into 10, and the 10 is going to explain to you 19, 28, 37, 46, right? And 5 does not get into any of these, right? 5 doesn't get into any of this, right? 46, right? And you know what the next one is? Next one is 55. Only at 11 by 5, which is the key. does this get into here? 9 plus 46, 55. When you add up 1 through 10, it equals to 55. Only when it's whole does 5.5 fit into the heart over here. And the heart of 21 is 105, right? I can't. What do I do with this? Do you see how this goes? When you count 1 through 9, okay, it's going to equal to 45, right? This over here. This will be the Fox. The Fox 45 is also noted to be 666, connected to HQZ headquarters 888. Headquarters is known as 51. Fox is known as 95. Together they create rotation of 33. The rotation system, the rotisserie. So let me see where that phone is. If anybody said anything, I still haven't done the aces yet. So no one's saying anything, right? There must be a reason everybody must be busy, but that's okay. I'm busy too. Just give me a minute. Just thinking hexagon and octagon, just thinking of the first initial letters, right? So we did this. Where's my paper? I want to look back at the paper and see what I was missing. So we did the word karma. It's 44. It's splitting everything up into threes. It has the male. It has the male soul connected to it. So that might mean one of two things, right? Because we wake up in the AM. Either it's something created by our own choice of whether it will happen or not by what we've done, right? Or it's in the system, right? It's in the system that we're living, that many boundaries have been put up, right? Because should you have to pay back for something you did in the wrong? Should you have to pay back for something you did in the wrong, or as I'm sorry because you pushed in line, or I'm sorry because I cut the other car off, but I didn't do it on purpose. Now, if you did do it on purpose, when will you stop before you get into trouble? See, right away, by knowing, by somebody else saying it and seeing it, right away, it's not only put out by the one who caused it, but everybody else who sees it. The first primary and the action of the secondary and all those that have seen it. But for all those who've seen the action, they see it through their eyes, but they can imagine what the central actioneer actually did. Karma. There's other words that we'll have to go with. So we have the ma, we have the K-A, the A-R, the R and M. There's nothing in between. And the M letter carries an E in between. But in this scenario, it's silent, it's karma. But we do know it's the lesser in the M. M is not of the more, it's of the lesser. M, although the 13th letter, because it's in the E minus world, okay, it becomes 13 minus 5 equals to 8. Unlike the P, which is in the positive hard worlds, which will be 16 plus 5 equals to 21, shifting between a hard shifting between the hard sounds and taking my equation from how they deduct Roman numerals when they put the 1 before it, right? For me, it's a skeleton of Roman numerals. If they say don't put 1, 1, V, call it 3, put 1, 1, 1. Why? First of all, 1, 1, 1 has less lines than V on the minus side, 1, 1, 1, because you'll end up having 5 lines instead of just, no, if you want to, sorry, 1, 1, you'll end up having 4 lines instead of just 3 lines. So you don't have to put V, 1, 1, so you just do 1, 2, 3. There's 3 lines, so you only have 1 to that one side. And then when you do the upper side, it's not like the same thing. Going from 1 to 5 and 5 over to 10 is not the same thing, where we will have X, right, with 1 line before. Well, then, sorry, we have X with 1 before, right, equaling to 9. Now at 5, we have 3 lines, a V with 2 lines, and then 3 lines equaling to 8. So we had 3 lines and 2 lines is 5 lines. Equaling to 7, we have 2 lines and 2 lines equaling to 7, the same thing as it would be equaling to 3, as 4 equaling to 6. So we can see the number of lines, right, between lines straight down and horizontal. And horizontal for me, okay, horizontal, there's 2 ways that they work. When you work this way, it works 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you work this way, it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's just, when you put dots on paper, look at the dots on the paper, you'll see the answer. I did this a few times. I'll try and remember to do it again. You know what? This camera is funny. It says 177 minutes. What in the world does that mean? This one over here says nothing. Yeah. So again, before we get it, the just is the 70. We have 2 parts out of 3 parts of the ring because we have 35, 35, 35, 105. 70 takes up 2/3. It's in the bait world. But since it's a crazy thing that it's a total of 70, and 7 becomes 7, talking about the pole. So it has 2 3.5s now talking about the pole. So is that what it is? The minute you sign something, you accept something in the matrix, in the world that we live. Imagine this. I believe, but I don't believe. Either you believe, and there's a chance, or you don't believe because there's no chance. If you believe and there's a chance, don't say anything else. If you don't believe because you know 100% in your mind there's no chance, but any chance there is, or any doubt you have, is because there's a possibility of that truth. So never deny it. That we are here and that there is something else and it is a system. And everything I've told you in the last 20 years comes from the relationships. Imagine the game that became one of the most boring but most interesting when you're a child. Fish upon a wish. I want to get into now where we talked about, I wanted to talk about the seal, the center of the cube. So now I need to get to 28. So I am going to have one leftover part. So I'm just want to get back to this part. This part is going to be about the center of the cube, arriving at number 28, how many cubes you need, what's left over, right? The dice cube, one of these. The House of Kaba, the big black cube. Oh yeah, a lot of hidden stories in there for sure. So just let me put the camera up here, take it off the ceiling, right? Take it off the ceiling. So where were we? Just give me a second. We did this, we did that. Yes. So this is what it is. So it's 3.5 times 3 equals 105. Okay. Now we have it. This is a cube. This is a cube. It has 21 dots. It has 33 void. Okay. It has 100. It has 26 cubes. These are to single cube. This is to a single, right? There's 26 cubes, and there's the 6 spindle, the universal joint. So now we have this from 1 cube, right? I was talking about Rubik's Cube is like that. So now when we have 2 cubes, we have 20.5. We have 3 cubes, okay? No, we have 21, sorry. Yeah, what's up? 6:45. Is that good? Yeah. Well, yeah. 6:45 is good. I'm still working on my stuff out by the pool. I'm done in a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Ciao. Okay. So yeah. So I can get back to that. Whoop. Yeah. So yeah, where are we over here? So we got 21 and we got 30.5. And at 30.5, it means that I have 9 times 3.5, right? And if I have 9 times 3.5, it means I have 3 of these cubes. If I have 3 of these cubes, then I have 3 times 21 equals to 63. And then I have 3 times 33 equals to 99. This is the void, and this is the dot, right? In each one of these, I still have the core. Okay, I still have the core of the cube. I'm gonna have to spread the legs out on this a little bit, right? I thought I made it wide enough. So let me see if I can, okay, let me see. Okay, so then we have that. So now when we go to mirror it, right, we end up at 84 or 4 by 21. And here we end up 4 by 33 equals to, what is that? 120, 132, right? We can go MB, I don't know, some kind of other computer language. We can use this for its rotation in the sun. This becomes Pluto, right? This 36 and 63, right? 9 by 4, 9 by 7, how they work together. 7 months and the 4 months and then the 1 month. So what happens? What is next? What is next? I'm trying to think. Yes, we only have to use 8 by 3.5 equals to 28. So that's your basic cycle. So you're not going to be using 1 part. So how many parts will you use? You'll use 3, which is a whole cube, and 3, which is a whole cube, and then you'll use 2 parts. You're using 3 parts, 3 parts, 2 parts. And then there's going to be 1 part left over. 3.5, and this one is going to be 28.0. I'm trying to see what's going on inside of this, if you understand. If this is going to happen, right? If this is going to happen, I have to understand this. Remember, 280 days to the pregnancy. This number also equates to division. Over here, ACE showing me a division of light. I'm just trying to see what else is missing inside of this. There's something else I wanted to see. I had 4 cubes, right? The 4 cubes are going to give me 105 times 4, right? That's going to give me 420. There we go. Dividing the gate. THC, dividing the gate or bringing it together. 8 and 6 equals to 14. Only the 7 is in between. The ring and the pole. I put my finger. I put my 9th finger, which is my 4th finger. I put my 9th finger, which is my 4th finger, which is also to note that I have 5 fingers, 6th, 7th finger. Also to note that I have 5 fingers, it is my 9th finger. Also, it is my 2nd finger. Just want to see what else is coming down here. 420, dividing the gate, also represents what is 80. 3 worlds and 1 world. So when we bring the 4 into here, we did that. We're going to total it out at 4 by 54 equals to 216. 2160 is the diameter of the moon. 216.0. This numeric value is for the sun, and the 4 is for the mirror, When the 4 is not there, the other side is going to be the 3. So this side is going to say 53. This one is going to say 3, and this one is going to be 159, A, E, and I. System that comes in. Mars born into the house. Spirit connects. I just want to finish off with one or two more things. I'm just going to look back in my paper. We did the 72-ounce cup. I showed you the 11 over here, correct? Where the 1 dot has the 8 empty spaces. Where the 6 dot has the 3 empty spaces. Where the 5 dot has the 4 empty spaces. Where the 2 dot has 7 empty spaces. And the 3 dot has 6 empty spaces. And the 4 dot has 5 empty spaces. They all equal to 9. The opposite of the cube 1 and 6 will connect 8 and 3 empty spaces, 11. The opposite of 5 and 2 right? The opposite of 5 and 2 is what's going to give you 5 and 2, right? 5 and 2 gives you 5 and 2. But what's missing between the 5 and the 2 is the 7 and the 4. So you can see between 5 and 2, your 7 and 4, the beast, Jesus, and energy all coming together over here. 47, the beast, angel, is going to be a reduction from this. 3, 6, 4, and 5 are the only things that duplicate. So when you're doing this, you have 5 and 6, 11, 7 and 4, 11, 3 and 8, 11, to what is 1 and 6 is 8 and 3, to what is 5 and 2 is 4 and 7, to what is 3 and 4 is 6 and 5. This is where the system comes in. And then you're building on the system also. There's other things that build, but I just want to jump over. We did the Monopoly bit. I wanted to do this over here. Let me see if I have this in order. There's only 2 people here. I think I've been out here like a little bit. I'm going to end the video very shortly. 188 minutes. If you like what you see, you want to help out the channel, more than welcome. You know what's funny? We ring the bell, and in the word ring, I talk about ring, right? So when you say ring, it's the ing, right? 9, 14, and 7. ing. 9, 14, and 7. Remember that those numbers, 5, 7, and 9 come together. Passage in the electric moon, or born into the electric moon. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, okay. So I just want to go over real quick, right? What happens in a leap year and what happens to our life if our real years were at 9 months long. If our real years were at 9 months long, right, we'd have 40 years. At 3 months is 120 months, is 10 years. We have spent an extra, how many, 10 years? Let me see this. 40 years, right? 40 years passing. If our months of life and our birthday was every 9 months, if our birthday was every 9 months, okay, after 40 years, we would have 120 months left over. Now, we have to have 10, 20, 30. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to calculate. 30 by 9 months is a year. 10, 11, 12 times, 13 times. So 13 by 9, 9 by 3, 7, 2, 90. Wow, 117, it even describes the cube. And 9 and 13 is 22. We bust out. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4. It's perfect. It's 2 perfect circles, one inside the other, one on a triangle like this. Okay, but the 117 describes the cube and the house of bait. So we're going to get up to 13, we're going to have 3 left over, or 1/3 left over. So let's say, how much longer do I have to go? Do I have to go 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years? Would it be at the 43rd year? What would be the 43rd year? It would be 40, and then 3 by, and then another 36, right? 43 times 3 is 129. So 129 divided by 9, that's, no, it's got to be 126, right? It's got to equal to 126. That's the moon number. So I got to do it for how many more years? 6 more years? 46 years? Hold on a second. 41 years will be 3. 42 years. 42 shows a gateway. This one's showing me about the moon. If it was 6 and 12, it would be 1/3 of the other. It would be 3 and 6 to a passage. 42 by 3 is 126. 126 is 14 by 9. It shows me the separation between the sun right over here. Wow, that's amazing for those who just understood what I just did. Okay, so 42 years is where that number. In 42 years, you're going to gain back 14 years. So if you're 56 right now, anyways, I don't have the number perfect, but 56 equals 42. It's 1/3. Look at that. We take 1/3 off our life. If 56 was a whole, if 56 was a whole, right, we'd be at 42. And you know what's ironic about this? This is 2 moons. This is 2 moons, right? It's 56 days, but 2 cubes, right? This is right. We need 2 cubes. Hold on, we need almost 3 cubes for this. Over here we need 2 cubes at 42, and everything is perfect. Otherwise we need 4 cubes over here. That's amazing. If all our lives and birthdays, I think they added on an extra season. So anyways, there's only one person left, so I'm not going to do the 91st day. I'm going to do a little bit work on the leap year and connecting February 29th to February 28th, 4 years later. I want to thank you for spending the time with me this afternoon and the participation before, now, after, later, another day. Dogs are barking. Time for dinner or something. Cheerio. Thank you for watching this video. I'm ending it. If you have to say something before I end it, let me know. I'm here for 1 more minute. Somebody said to me, if you had to please somebody, right, and you had a choice, what would you do? How would you make that choice? No one ever said choosing was easy, right? And you don't want to choose, right? You want to choose because the word rhymes with another word, like it's lose, right? But we all have to be winners, right? So the number one person to choose is make sure that everything you do, right, don't interfere. Whose choice is it going to be when you're driving down the highway face to face on a single highway with a moose coming down your way? What do? You slow down, you let the moose go on by. You have to work orderly. And it seems like everything in this world seems to work as before there's a collision, there's always 3 ways to go. Raphael 7286. I think the dogs told me. I don't know, I'm tired. Peace. Want to see what it said over here? 1 second. 1 second. Hey, come on. This is how it's going to end up this afternoon. Let me see where they are. One there and one there, staring at each other on the side. Walking, walking. This is your soul. There you go. Where'd it go? Whoop, they went this way. Whoop, he's coming here. Whoop, he just passed underneath me. Whoop, now he's down underneath me. Whoop, now he's past me. Whoop, now he's over there. Now this one's over here. Now that one's over there. Anyways, that's what's going on. I'm just looking to see if anybody said anything to me. I'm a little pooped. Okay, Rain Africa. Anytime you have any questions, let me know. Holler out. Okay, I'm shutting down. Peace and love. After so many hours, I just can't think anymore. And there's just so much information out there that proves one thing, that in this game that I play, the words that I choose come from that proof. You know, the proof is in the pudding. This is the house of Kaaba telling that story. It doesn't mean one God it doesn't mean that there's one God or another. We just know that there's religion and there's an understanding, right? And life is part of control and chaos. Life is both, somebody said commune or communist, social on the list, liberal, freedom, and who's to choose where the blockades come down. It all comes in the greatest of all things, and it's the knowledge you have and the teachings that we do. The how comes and the why, and the where, because, why, I don't know anymore. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching.